Jordan Brand athletes are well represented in tonight's All-Star game. We just talked to Aaron Judge, center of that billboard. How about Ellie De La Cruz going to get a chance to see later tonight? Marcus Semien leads off this bottom of the third for the American League. Logan Webb is on the pitch. Hard to believe that this is his All-Star debut because he has been the pillar of the Giants for a while. One of the top workhorses in baseball.
Yeah, he's got a tremendous sinker, changeup, and breaking ball, and he's going to rely on hitters trying to be aggressive, looking to pull and hit the ball on the ground. And the guy at the plate, he definitely is looking to pull, and he's did that a lot last year, and representing the home crowd. That's got to be the greatest feeling in the world to play an All-Star game in your home city.
Shoots one the other way, and he's got a base hit to open this third. Marcus Semien, really the tone setter of their turnaround the last couple of years. Let's go down to Ken Rosenthal.
Paul, All-Star debut, scoreless first inning, pretty uneventful. How did you think it went?
It went well. Yeah, didn't have a ton of pitches to show it off, but felt good, and got a zero, which is what matters.
Juan Soto had said he was going to make sure Aaron Judge got to the plate. What will you remember about those two at-bats?
It was cool to face off against them back to back. They were tough for sure. Soto was a tough at-bat, and Judge kind of went after him and got him to roll over, but it was cool to be able to face them, in the All-Star game, them being teammates and facing back-to-back.
Your emotions coming in, were you nervous, excited? How would you describe it?
A little bit of both. Obviously, you can't deny that there are 3 decks that are fully filled with people, but at the end of the day, it's just baseball.
Paul, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Joe, back to you.
All right, Kenny. John, your first time seeing him pitch in person. What'd you come away thinking?
Ball 4.
Well, I just know that for a young man to be in this spot and to not get outside of himself in his first ever appearance, that's a great sign, because it's not that easy to pitch in your first All-Star game, especially as a rookie. Man, it's going to be fun to watch him throughout the year.
First rookie to start the All-Star game in almost 30 years. Got to go back to Hideo Nomo in the last game played here in Arlington in 1995. Find the last rookie to start the All-Star game. It's a strike after the walk to Stephen Kwan. Gunnar Henderson takes it on the outside corner.
Well, Webb, no pun intended, is in a tough jam right now with this lineup turned over, and first and second, nobody out. He has got to get the command of that breaking ball and that sinker, because it goes both ways, and he's a ground ball specialist that desperately needs one right now.
Facing one of the really bright emerging young stars in the American League here in Henderson. Chops one to first. Harper with a nice backhand stab. Runs to the bag to get the first out.
I'm going to tell you something. Harper doesn't get enough credit for one of the better outfielders in the game to become a first baseman because of the injury. That was not an easy play. He has been spectacular at first, and I don't know if we'll ever see him back in the outfield.
Well, it was supposed to initially just be temporary to get him back on the field coming off of Tommy John surgery, but decided this offseason to really lean into it, permanent at least for this year. And his teammates say that this spring he looked like a rookie trying to make the team, working at first. Juan Soto with a base hit into center field to get the AL on the board. Semien is in. So is Kwan, and it's a 3-2 game.
Well, I don't know if there's a little confusion out in center field, but Juan Soto takes advantage of this ground ball up the middle and goes to second. It really should have just been a single, but watch him when he gets around first base, and this really just a throw-in, give-up kind of single that turned into a double.
But Soto taking the extra base, the All-Star game, and getting in a scoring position for Judge, who takes a strike. Boy, it just seems like Juan Soto is made for New York, hadn't it?
Yeah. No, he's relishing the role. And we'll see how long he's been meant for New York.
Perfect personality for the spotlight. Perfect player for what was ailing the Yankees. 2 balls and a strike on Judge. Home Run Leaders is sponsored by Homes.com. Ohtani with 29. We saw him hit one earlier. Everybody chasing Judge, who is inspiring some conversations we're talking off at the top about potentially a triple crown hunt. Stephen Kwan is making that difficult with his average. But he's also maybe going to start another home run chase. The pace is not that far off of that 2022 MVP record-setting season. 3-2. Which is extra amazing when you consider that a month into the season, the question was, what is going on with Judge? Because he really struggled out of the gates. But as a testament to how crazy hot he's been since, #1 in just about everything. Ground ball to third. Bohm's got it. 2 out. So the numbers eerily similar. This is the end of 22 on the left. It's where he currently is on the right.
Yeah, look, everybody knew as soon as Soto got to the team, that was going to boost Aaron Judge's performance, just because the stress factor of having runners on base, and his RBIs are showing it, his homers are showing it.
Ball. David Fry's up there pinch hitting for Yordan Alvarez. Now Fry might win the award for biggest out of nowhere all-star. Cleveland got him as a player to be named later in a deal from Milwaukee for a kind of a little known reliever. Not a deal anybody really looked at. Gets to the majors last year, hits .230 off of the bench. But now at 28 years old, he's an all-star that not many people saw coming. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's from nearby Colleyville, Texas. Went to Grapevine High School. He was already planning on coming home here to Texas for the All-Star break, and he was going to host the other Cleveland All-Stars, but he got to party with them. Ball. 2-2. Ball. Full count. 3-2. A couple Cleveland Guardians here. One of the big surprises in baseball this year. Fry's got a base hit to left field. Here comes Soto. Profar's throw is close but not in time, and the game is tied at 3. David Fry off of the bench to drive home Juan Soto.
Well, uncharacteristically here in this inning, Webb's caught too much of the plate and hasn't had command to get ahead of the hitters, and the hitters have taken advantage of it. And a rarity, really, in an all-star game to see one team score 3 and the next team come right back and score 3 to tie it up.
Yeah, in this inning alone, we've got more scoring than all of last year's game with a 3-2 final in Seattle. So Soto with a key swing, and then another big one from Fry. So here is Ramirez. This guy, he doesn't get enough credit as one of the top players in baseball.
He's amazing, and all he does is consistently be the heart and soul of that lineup for the Cleveland Guardians, and always in the MVP talk, and this year no different.
Kid that everybody thought was too small, too unathletic. He's turned into a 6-time All-Star, one of the top players in the American League. Total package too, right? He hits for power, makes contact. He's got that knack for driving in runs, and one of the all-time Cleveland greats. How about those Guardians, by the way, in the first year under Stephen Vogt?
They've done an incredible job. I think a lot of people are surprised by the amount of wins, how they've been, but they have been deadly when they take the lead after the 6th inning. They're undefeated when they go into the 9th, so their bullpen is a strength.
Time out.
Now, the second half schedule will be a little bit tougher for them, so they'll be playing a lot of teams that are in kind of the same boat they are. So it'll be a nice challenge for the Cleveland Guardians, but they have done everything you have to do in the first half to put themselves in a nice position.
Best record in the AL. Franchise record for wins going into the All-Star break at 58. You mentioned the back end of that bullpen. The National League hopes that it doesn't trail going into the 9th inning tonight, because there's a good chance you're going to see their closer in Emmanuel Clase. He's closed out an All-Star game before. That's a swing and a miss from Ramirez, and that does it for the American League here in the 3rd. Juan Soto gets the AL on the board with a 2-run single. Scores the tying run when Fry hits a single of his own.